it's a very complex, issue. And
Hmm.
it's not disclosure is like, if you really think about it, and I never really, really thought about it until the last few years, like how do you go about doing it? And it's tough. Like I remember Hal Puthoff. I don't know if you ever
Hmm.
saw a film I did called
Hmm.
the Program.
Yep.
Hal Puthoff talked about it, that he was actually involved with a panel of people to disclose like how to go, like the pros and cons. And they basically concluded after however long it was, some of the smartest people
Hmm.
can't be done. Not necessarily that it can't be done, but that there were a lot more cons than there were pros, which is
Yeah.
really weird, right?
I mean, like, so the only piece of it that makes sense to me is the technology itself, acknowledging to other countries and basically telling them, we have this technology or we've discovered it and we figured out how to reverse engineer it. Full disclosure in that way, I think could be a little detrimental to the positioning of the like country in the grand scheme of everything. Like, I feel like that would be a threat. I mean, obviously a threat to a lot of countries, but in terms of just opening up the doors of saying this, yes, like this is the government saying this is 100% here, but not having to touch on the technological side of it.
Well, okay, so let's just say that does happen, okay?
Hmm.
Guess what? The floodgates are going to open. They're going to demand more answers.
Hmm.
They're going to have a lot more questions, the world, than we have answers.
Yeah.
Now, by exposing what you know, you're going to also have to expose all the things that you don't know. And that's going to
Hmm.
create even more fear.
Hmm.
Imagine, imagine if they don't understand their origins and intent. Imagine if they don't.
Yeah.
So they're going to say, yeah, they're here. We are their petri dish, or we are their experiment, or they are monitoring our progress. They interfere here, they interfere there, but overall, they don't make their presence overtly known.
Hmm.
We don't know who they are, where they come from, what they want. I mean, that scared the shit out of people.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I really don't know. The other night I was talking with some guy at the DIA that, I mean, he could have been full of doggy doo doo, but I don't think he was. And he certainly comes across as someone that would be in a position to know.
Hmm.
And I was, slowly trying to pry information out of him. He was very, very guarded, but I was slowly just working my magic or lack thereof. But I was trying to, he knew who I was. I
Hmm.
was, I wanted to know like how many people he anticipated had like the bigger picture.
Hmm.
And and he's like, probably 10. I said,
Hmm.
you're telling me that 10 people on the entire planet have the bigger picture? He goes, not the full picture, but yeah, it's definitely the bigger picture. 10 people? Really? 10? That's really what? And I said, well, where would you consider you on that scale? He
Hmm.
goes, I think I'm pretty sure he said one of 30. I was like, so you're one of 30 people on planet Earth? Yeah. Hmm. And I remember saying, I think I said about Hal and Eric Davis, and I think they fell into the 50 or 100. And Hal told me, he's like, I've told you this much. I know this much. I'm like, Jesus, Hal, like, my God, you know?
Hmm.
Uh, so, and if this guy's telling me the truth, and if he really does know and it's accurate, then that would mean that only 10 people on the entire planet have the bigger picture. It doesn't mean they have the biggest picture. And then I said, this is all kind of talking about disclosure and like how to
Hmm.
process all this stuff. Um, I heard it's a little scary
Hmm.
because I have, but I don't know how scary. I don't know. And he goes, yeah, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, how can you see that? Like, tell me more. Don't just drop that on me. No. And we were both sipping on a whiskey. And I said, well, um, like how scary, how? Like how's it? And he goes, well, you don't need to be scared of your own secure, safety, whatever. You don't need to worry. It's not, no. I was like, well, I wasn't really worried about my personal. I was like, how, but it's scary, like how. And he goes, intent, intent. That's a little scary.
Yeah.
So I was just about to say, like, obviously, like this is the moment I've been, you have to remember, like, not do I just make documentaries. I don't, I'm doing this because I'm really curious.
Mhm.
I want to know. I'm
Yeah.
curious. I like to figure things out. I like to like get to the bottom of things. So it's not even about like making document. I mean, I just happen to share what my personal investigations with the general public because I document it, right? And that
Mhm.
enables me to keep doing more of it because I can share it. People can help support what I'm doing. And but I never did it for the money. It was never about the money for me ever. And
Mhm.
so I just want to know. So I'm thinking like, Jesus, after 30 plus years, I'm finally going to get like some more answers. So now I'm going to go all in. Like, what's the intent as far as we know?
Mhm.
Just as I was about to get that question out, somebody just butts in at the cocktail party. It was like post screening of Age of Disclosure, and somebody just butts in. Hey, I've been dying to meet you. It was like, oh my god. So now I'm left hanging. So I don't know. Now it's going to be to be continued. We'll see.
Yeah.
But
That's
I don't know, man. I wish a lot of people look at me like I've got answers, and unfortunately I don't.
Meanwhile, Trump reportedly fires several members of the National Science Foundation's governing board. Christopher Sharp is quick to point out that members included representatives from Sandia National Laboratories and Oak Ridge National Laboratory, so potentially people that worked on some sort of UFO related technology, which is really interesting. Is this some sort of movement against the UFO control group on the heels of, or, in front of releasing some UFO videos and information on aliens.gov? People are saying that they are expecting something to drop on aliens.gov. Maybe those 46 videos that Ana Polina Luna was talking about. And I'll believe it when I see it. But it is interesting. So we'll see where this story goes.